Welcome back to another episode of Beyond Grayskull. And get the booze ready, we may be in for a bumpy ride. Now, in all seriousness, before I start, let me just say this. Yes, I was let down by Kevinsmith's Masters of the Universe Revelation first 5 episodes. If you want to know, check out my review and you can see why. Now, I'm not going into this to hate, nor am I going in thinking it all might change. If you love it, great. If you hate it, that's also great. These are my thoughts. So, with all that said, in the words of the great Daffy Duck,
all right, let's get this picture started.
This is part 2 of Kevinsmith's Masters of the Universe Revelation Episode 1, entitled Cleaved in Twine, or whatever the hell that means. We begin the episode off with a sort of flashback with the sorceress and fat chubby ass baby Tila and Duncan without a mustache, which just seems weird. We learn how the sorceress in fact sacrificed her family and her own happiness to, as she puts it, saves the universe. How she does this, I really don't know. It always just appeared to me she sat around the castle doing bugger all. But hey, if that's what you call saving the universe, I must be a master at this myself. She goes in for a late night swim and zoom, back to where we left off. Skeletor in control, our heroes trapped, and Adam bleeding and dying. You know, great memories. And alright, so right off the bat, I have to get this off my chest. The more I hear Mark Hamill as Skeletor, he really just doesn't fit the role for me. Sorry, but he just doesn't. Skeletor monologues with your typical villain speech as Adam stands and confronts Skeletor. And, well, basically he just says, "Shut up, you little turd, bammo!" Cringer jumps in to save the day, freeing the others, and Man-at-Arms says, "Let me get in some of this shit," as he battles Skeletor. And, well, that was brave for the brief time it lasted. But it isn't long before the sorceress decides, well, maybe it's time I actually do something, and she defends our heroes, using what power she has left to transport Adam and the others away from Grayskull and to safety. And for her heroic actions, she dies. Well, if no one saw this coming, then you must be foolish. I mean, we all kinda suspected the sorceress was gonna die. Tila awakens with Cringer in her face saying, "Get up, you silly tart, Adam's dying." Tapping into her hidden powers, Tila heals Adam and thus saving his life, and also healing his clothing at the same time. Handy trick there. The sorceress dead, Duncan upset. Skeletor makes Evelyn the new sorceress of Grayskull. However, much like the genie in Aladdin, hey, with great power comes a price, as Skeletor reminds her she is now bound to the castle forever. Gee, thanks Skeletor. Enter Fisto and Clamchamp, and, well, these two are horrendous with their dialogue. As Skeletor then appears to give a little message, as Fisto says, and I quote, "I wish I could fist him." Now, I'm not even gonna make a joke. I mean, how can I? The line speaks for itself. Skeletor then turns the people of the royal city into his army of the dead. The mist touches you and you will become one of Skeletor's undead minions. Unlucky for our new friends, Fisto and Clamchamp, as they turn and attack Tila, Adam and Andrea. So, hey, let's kill them by blowing them up. Goodbye, Fisto and Clamchamp. But hey, this show is a fantasy. I'm sure they'll be able to return later, and oh, guess not, as Skeletor arrives, showing us that he has their very souls, and not only are they now dead in the real world, he also sends their souls to Subternia, so goodbye. And you know, that was kind of a dickish move to do by you, Skeletor. Adam now laughs at Skeletor, claiming the sword was only the conductor. As for the power itself, I was always the spark, as he calls forth the power of Grayskull, and what the bloody hell is that? And the end. Well, I'll say this, it's much better than I expected. Sure, some of the issues carry on from the first part, however, Tila already seems to be majorly improved here, with her character's writing, dialogue, and just tone. Now, what I do like about the second part thus far, the tone of it with our heroes on the back foot, is nice to finally see, and I know many of you are upset about the death of the sorceress. Now, for me, I think we all knew this day would come. And I don't mind her dying, I guess it just could have been done a little bit better. It's good seeing Adam stand face to face with Skeletor without his powers, and for the most part, the animation here is really well done. Now, with all that said, the bad writing is still rife here. Fisto, Clamchamp, and I dare say it's Skeletor have some horrible dialogue. Now, I know the Filmation show also had this. However, this is aimed at a much older audience, so the dark tone of comedy and graphic violence, it just doesn't fit well. Now, out of 5 Gwildor Cosmic Keys, I would give this on the lower level of a 3 key rating. I did find myself enjoying a good deal of this. It could have just been done better with some dialogue. And like I said before, these are my thoughts, these are my opinions. I know this is already getting a lot of hate, and I could have gone in hating this on purpose. But hey, I'm trying to give it a fair chance, and I feel that my first 5 reviews of the first 5-part episodes from Kevinsmith's Revelation, I think I was pretty fair on it. So I'm going to try and be fair here. So with all that said, once again, thank you for watching. Please, if you've enjoyed this video, feel free to like and maybe even subscribe for future He-Man and the Masters of the Universe content. This has been Wayne for Beyond Grayskull, and as always, until next time.